When a cat stares off into space or seems to be watching something that isn't there, is it possible that they may actually be tuning into another realm that is unseen to us? But what do they actually see? If you're ready, let's find out. First of all, it is a cat's world and it's different from ours. Cats see the world with all their senses. As natural predators, cats are designed to identify things primarily through motion. Watch as this cat in the garden checking on a mouse, showing off its natural hunting skills. You see this ear moving? Cats have the ability to move their ears to the direction of the sound source to hear better. They can hear about 1.5 octaves higher than we can. To be more specific, as humans we hear between 20 Hz to 20 kHz. On the other hand, cats have a hearing range between 50 Hz to 85 kHz. The sound waves which are above 20 kHz are known as ultrasound. You know, doctors use a special ultrasonic device to detect any flows in our body. They also use ultrasonic imaging to check the baby when we're pregnant. So it's very possible that if you have a cat at home, they will hear your baby's first heartbeats before you and your doctor. They also smell things about 9 to 15 times better than us thanks to their Jacobson's organ behind their palate. It's located right behind their upper teeth. It looks like a very small hole. When they want to learn about a foreign thing that's new to them, they just open their mouth and collect the scent from this new thing. They do that stinky face when they try to smell with their Jacobson's organ. It looks funny, but it has a purpose. They also have those whiskers with the receptors at the base. They can easily sense the changes in the air current by the help of these whiskers, which work like antennas. For example, if something approaches them from behind, they sense the movement by the help of their whiskers because there will be a change in the air current. So their hearing range, sensitive smelling abilities, and whiskers, they all help them perceive what's going on even without the eyes. Keeping their incredible senses in mind, let's explore how a cat's vision looks like. Well, to see colors, you need to have a type of cell located in your retina called cone cells. A cat's world is mostly black and white in grayish tones. While humans have 3 color receptors in their eyes, cats have only 2 receptors, or cones. We can recognize blue, green, and red wavelengths, but cats' eyes are sensitive to wavelengths in blue-violet and greenish-yellow ranges. We can say cats are mostly red-green colorblind with a little bit of green coming in. If you were a cat, this is how you would see the world. You would see blues, yellows, and to some degree, also the greens. As you can see, it's not the bright red color that draws a cat's attention, but the motion is. We typically choose bright red tones when we choose a toy for our feline friend, but they don't see saturated colors. If you want to draw their attention to something like a scratching post or a new climbing tree, you better choose blue or yellow colors. These colors will pop up to them. Do cats have night vision? Cats have an extraordinary ability to see in the dark, which many believe to be connected to their mysterious and enigmatic nature. Contrary to the general belief, cats don't have night vision like military binoculars. In reality, cats are crepuscular creatures, which means when left in the wild, they hunt during the twilight hours, right before dawn and right before sunset. This is how their eyes evolved to see even in very low levels of light. They have more rod cells in their retina, which are extremely sensitive to shape, movement, and light. Some people say cats see 6 to 8 times better than the human eye in the dark. They have a layer of tissue behind their retina made up of crystals of the B vitamin riboflavin. It's called tapetum lucidum, which means bright or shining tapestry in Latin. This reflective layer acts like a mirror. It collects and then reflects the light back of their eyes. This is why cats' eyes glow at photos or at night if light hits them. The light bouncing off the tapetum gives cat eyes a green or gold reflection in bright light, compared to the red eye effect in humans. We don't have this layer, but if the flash of a camera is bright enough, it causes a reflection of the retina itself and our eyes glow red in photos. What we see is the color of the blood vessels of our eyes. On the other hand, Siamese cats' eyes do not glow green or gold in dark. Siamese cats and other blue-eyed cats also have tapetum lucidum, but their cells are abnormal. The reflection from the eyes of these cats is weaker and their eyes shine red. For this reason, Siamese cats may not see in the dark as well as other cats. Most cat owners have likely noticed their pets' unusual pupils. The shape of their pupils can change from almost a line to a big ball just in seconds. Under strong light, their pupils work as sunglasses that let in less light to protect the eye from damage. But in dim light, while our pupils can expand to 15 times, cats' pupils can expand up to 300 times. This dilation lets more light in their eyes, helping them see better. But more interestingly, their iris is controlled by their brain. When they are angry or feel threatened, their pupil dilates to let in more light and see their enemy better. Did you know that they also see more than we do? How? Eyes can only see as much as they are positioned to see. Cats' eyes are placed front of the face like humans, but there is a difference in our peripheral vision. They have 20 degrees more vision than we do, and it's perfect to stay aware of their surroundings. They are able to see 200 degrees compared to humans' 180. They see all these details that fall into our blind spots. So their vision is much more better than ours in every aspect, right? Well, better vision comes with a price. Cats' eyes don't have the muscles to change shape of their lens, and for this reason they have about 20 to 40% of our ability to focus. Human eyes can see 7 times sharper than a cat during daytime. They are also nearsighted, which means they can see objects close to them clearly, but things far away appear blurry. They will have to get 5 times closer to an object to see it with the same amount of details. But don't forget that if something's going on there, they have more sensors than you do to get alert. Here's the story I said I'll share with you. 14 years ago, I suffered from insomnia. I couldn't sleep for 7 days in a row. I know some of you will say it's impossible, but I know what I'm saying because I was awake and busy with doing something all of those nights. I was single back then, staying alone in the house and looking after 3 cats at home. On the 6th of my sleepless nights, one of my cats started coming towards me from the other side of the room. As she came closer, her pupils grew bigger and bigger. You remember why their pupils grow bigger, don't you? When she finally came near me, she looked me in the eye and acted like she saw the devil itself. She hissed and jumped in the air, about a feet high, and started running in the opposite direction at the speed of a bullet. This thing really scared me. She had never done that before, and we had been living for 3 years together. I knew my cat. That wasn't one of the games she played with me. I stood up and tried to approach to my cat. First, she didn't want to come close to me, but as I talked with my sweetest voice, she finally started sniffing me just like she was getting introduced to a new human being. And then things went back to normal. I don't know what she saw that night, but if you have an idea, I would like to hear it. I didn't suffer from insomnia later in life, and my cat didn't jump in the air again when she looked at me. But if you want to know, that insomnia was the beginning of my terrible, terrible arthritis. I had to fight against it for years. In the end, I won the battle against it too. Maybe my cat sensed some kind of an illness. I don't know. What is that unseen thing cats can see? I'm not going to talk about cats staring at an empty wall for hours. I think we're all familiar with it. But if you have an idea about what they see on that empty wall, that will be something worth reading. There's one thing that's unseen to the human eye, but cats can see. It's the ultraviolet light. Human eye can see wavelengths between 400 to 750 nanometers, while our eyes can't see anything below 400 nanometers, which is called the ultraviolet light. Cat's eye can detect a fraction of it. Did you know that flowers radiate ultraviolet light? Flowers accumulate ultraviolet pigments in their petals to attract pollinators. Our eyes can't see it, but bees and cats can see it, and the yellower, the better. When your cat is sunbathing in the garden or in front of your window, know that they also see those beneficial ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. Radio waves and X-rays are also considered to be visible light that we can't see. What my cat saw that night is still worrying me as I get deeper in this subject. Well, once you know something, you will never be able to live like you don't know it. I'm sure next time you catch your feline friend gazing into the distance, you'll remember that they may be seeing something far beyond our understanding. When I told my friends what my cat did that night, they shared some weird stories with me. One of them insists that her cat goes to the same spot in their house every night and plays with some unseen thing there. Another one told a story about a cat that stays in an elderly residence and visits only the very sick ones, if you know what I mean. I'm sure you have stories too. Let's write our stories down below and share our experiences with the world. I will be waiting on the other side of the screen.